of omens, give me sight beyond sight.
It is Wednesday, my It is Wednesday, my It is Wednesday.
Steady 7 right now, wind. Yeah, baby, give it to me. Doggy, so bullseye. 3, 2, 1. Bullseye. Bullseye.
That's some balls of steel.
For real though, right?
Yeah. I can imagine his stomach would drop as soon as he went off that fucking
That would have been the easy part. Landing on that shit.
Yeah.
Now that was the motherfucking skill.
Yeah, you can tell when you shoot that. Oh my god, he just ran in.
Oh my god, he just ran in. For how many years have we heard that fucking shit?
At least he's got chicken.
What up, y'all? Welcome to this week's B2P. Thank you for joining us. Shout out to the pilot of the week, the one and only Kim Fuse. Woo!
Well, dude. Subscribe, link in the chat.
Shout out for our birthdays this week. We got the one and only Say Andrea.
Happy birthday.
Motherfucking Ripcord. Happy birthday. Oh, off axis FPV. Happy birthday.
Oh shit, happy birthday.
Oh shit, my
Yeah,
phone's
happy
going to
birthday,
sleep.
everybody.
Kush FPV. Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday, boys.
Aaron Paul.
DVD.
If you know, you know.
Oh shit.
Oh, damn, we had a lot this week. Skylion. Happy birthday, man.
Oh shit.
And last but not least, Tron FPV. Happy birthday.
Happy
And
birthday.
before we get rolling, big shout out and nothing but love to Waldo and Lou.
Yeah. Happy birthday, boys.
What up, chat? How the fuck y'all doing? What's up, guys? What's going on?
Unstable internet.
Oh,
That's what's going on.
unstable, like,
Well, it might
unstable.
explode.
I don't know. It just told me it was unstable. So
Oh,
that bitch is unstable.
it's off its meds.
Quit Prozac last week.
Fucking off the meds, internet, off meds. We love you, Waldo, and we really hate. We know Lou means a lot, and
Yeah, shout out to Lou.
Yeah, shout out to Lou's right, man.
and
Sorry to hear.
yeah, sorry, and you know,
Yeah, big
Angels
big kitty
escort,
hugs.
Angels will escort him
Yeah,
over
that's,
the Rainbow
another
Bridge,
day I'm
bro.
looking forward to in the future with my cat.
Any animal, fucking that you're attached, you know, is a part of your
Maddie's
life.
Drone World.
You know.
Happy birthday.
Oh shit! Happy
is
birthday,
tomorrow.
Maddie's. Oh, yours is tomorrow. Ah, shit. Maddie's Drone World.
608 says I look like I'm gonna
Me
die
too
tonight.
this year too. Fuck.
You got to see my trophy collection.
Just peel the plastic off.
True story.
Just puts the plastic wall up.
Yeah. You should show up in like a plastic clear coat next stream.
Motherfucking
Yo.
8-bit in the chat. What's good? Dom Rod, what's up? What's up?
It's funny. That's actually the second time I heard that today. I swear.
What you
Not shocking.
that you look
I
like
thought
you?
it was going to be, but it's not really that shocking.
We were talking about New York. I'll
Only-
tell you guys a story real quick. I'm sorry. We're talking about New York and, you know, how New York is, how, like, the trains are dangerous and everything's dangerous. And somebody said, and they were talking about, oh, it wasn't safe for you to take the trains to work no more. And somebody said, bro, you're the guy that they were scared of on the trains.
Right? What? Fuck, have the trains gotten worse? Have you heard? I haven't. I mean,
I haven't been there. For the last I heard, you couldn't even go in the subway without, you know, worrying for your life. You know what I mean? So I'm sure it's still.
I mean, I think that
Like,
in all
man,
things,
what a day to get a sandwich.
in all things New York, you've always had to be on your toes, and if you got caught slipping, you're gonna get fucked, and that's New York. But fucking, I noticed the rise in crime towards right before I left. You know, towards the second year of COVID for sure, and I did hear that some of the lines were getting a little dicey. You know, but
yeah.
I never,
The subways were.
I never felt in danger on the subway. There's a few times where some uncomfortable shit, or you know, you walk into the fucking car with the drunk bum that shit himself, or some other chaos. Crazy people on the train, yeah. Sometimes you just gotta out crazy the crazies, you know. Fuck it, you know. But yeah, I mean, you know, I could definitely see somebody who doesn't experience a large city going to New York as one of their first being really intimidated in certain regards.
Oh
but,
yeah, New York, if you're not acclimated to that kind of environment, and you're coming from like a rural area and not used to, especially like a good rural area, and you go to New York, you go into culture
I was
shock
just
right away.
fucking
Well, see,
amazed when I went to New York the first time. But
I'm with 608 on that. I'll just shit on the train. You know, when in doubt, shit on the train. Yeah, how crazy the crazy,
bro,
right?
I mean, I've said it.
Yeah.
I've said it. I've told the story a couple times on this show. But if you ever are in the city and you see a car that's empty, don't get on that motherfucker.
There's a reason.
There's a reason that motherfucker's empty.
There's definitely a reason.
You know, the shit part is those when a whole empty train rolls in and you get caught unaware, like, and it happens. Sometimes an empty train comes in, you hop on a car, and you're like, and then you see somebody passed out on one end, and people coming and literally doing 180s and try to run. Dude, or dude, sometimes you get stuck in that car. And you have to wait till the next stop.
Yeah,
and bro,
no,
like,
it
so
happens
like,
so.
you're like on the car, like everybody's
Meanwhile,
like
some
just
dude's over there
everybody's
just
like
fucking
this,
nodding
dude,
off from
like
fucking
fucking
fentanyl.
bro.
Bro, the one thing about the homeless in New York is they have zero courtesy or regard for the public. That's just the way they are. You know, I'll tell you a story. Another story. How's this? And this is on the Long Island Railroad. Okay.
I've met some cool homeless people. I think that there are
I'm not
some.
saying they're all bad, but I'm saying the main consensus is that they just do and whatever they want, wherever they want, and with total disregard for the public or
Some
any
cases,
kind of.
in some cases,
you know?
yes. Yeah,
That's the way it's like. I'm in Florida now, and it's not like that here. You're always gonna have, and it's sad to see. You're always gonna have an element of people that are hard off. You know, I mean, people they lose their homes, different circumstances, and I truly feel for them.
Well,
But
yeah.
in Florida, they're not like New York.
There's a lot of
Florida-
homeless vets out there, man. You know,
I mean,
Yeah,
a lot of people are
100%.
just fucking one traffic ticket away from fucking losing something. One bad event from fucking being just completely shit out of fucking luck and homeless. They don't even have to be a drug addict or anything. Just bad
shit
luck.
happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's definitely, you know, there's some extremes in the city. I definitely have met some amazing homeless people, and there's been homeless people like that, like I went and bought socks for and shit because they were fucking,
sure.
you know, they needed that shit, and it was fucking negative 35 out, and I'm just like, hell no.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a general consensus whenever we're talking about anybody. Not everybody is that way.
Of course,
But-
yeah. It's generalization. Of course, is never good, but. You know, you just when you're constant in New York, the one thing about it is especially I got off in Penn Station every day, so I was exposed to the worst of them, and you know, over time you get kind of callous.
Well, bro, I had a dude come up and try to bum a cigarette, and I was like, "Fuck no!" And he was like, "I hope you get hit by a bus." I mean, bro, New York just pushes people to the extremes one way or another. In many cases, it's like
I've had my experiences with homeless people, good and bad. Hmm? However, have you had any experiences while you have goggles on?
Yes.
No, I haven't.
Yes,
I have.
Yes.
I have.
Yeah,
South Atlanta, power loop in this building. I'm literally standing in the building that I'm power looping. I go to power loop. I'm power looping, and all of a sudden, I hear like a fence like be pushed open. Mm-hmm. Right? And then I just smell what is fucking obviously shit.
Yeah.
I come around the building and I can peep this motherfucker. Literally, like I'm in this underpass of this, but straight up taking a bum dung right there, dude. Like,
yeah. Well, that's what you get for flying in the bathroom, bro.
Yeah, you were flying in the bathroom, bro. That's why that
Bandit so nice. He let
Bandit water's so special.
Yeah. I about split Jade right into him, man.
Split Jade. Hey, bro, when you get finished. Fuck, here.
Yeah.
I'll tell you guys a story just to tell you the obnoxiousness, okay?
There is a true story. Some obnoxious motherfuckers in the city.
Construction always starts 7 a.m. So you catch the 5:30, 5:20 train coming from Bayside into Penn Station. And it's a very small amount of traffic at that time. It's only construction workers, you know what I mean? Very few people traveling at that time. It's before the rush hour. So there's one day, sure as shit, the train is empty going to Penn. But Penn Station is the main hub. We get off the train. There's a fucking line going from the platform to the stairs like it was 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? You know, looking, I'm trying to get to work, you know. The next thing you know, I get to the staircase, and this fucking guy is sleeping. Now, the staircase is a single staircase. It's, 6 feet wide, going up 30 feet, whatever it is. This guy is sleeping in the staircase, sprawled out over 3 steps, and these people are like climbing on a banister and trying to like step over him. But the guy's obviously awake. You know what I mean? He's awake. He's sitting there. So what do I do when I get there? I kick him right in the fucking leg. You know? I'm like, dude, get the fuck up. Get out of the staircase. Like, you know what I mean? You know?
So that's very New York right there, too.
I'm like, dude, there's fucking 75 people trying to get up the stairs. You sleeping in the middle of the staircase? Like, what's wrong with you? You know, like there's a degree. That's my point. Is sometimes you gotta call a spade, and the guy's just a scumbag. I don't give a fuck how hot off he is. You know, but that's you got guys like that, and you got people that I'll give straight up give a $20 bill to. I'll give them a 20 because I'll be like, look, you're hot off, and I truly feel for you.
That's classic New York City coming out right there, though. On the other side of the spectrum.
It's a true story, bro. I mean, come on, these people are fucking crazy.
Bro, I'm fucking walking here, dude. I mean, I'd be setting up. On the other hand, like it's like I set up fucking shows in Times Square a lot. We would start at 2 a.m. Dude, motherfuckers coming through there, man. New Yorkers coming through there. Like New Yorkers do not like to be impeded in any way, shape, or form. If you get held up, you're fucking ready to throw. Like it's not like
I feel like that's a universal thing.
Nah, it's on another level, bro. Because it's on another level, fucking in the city.
On a different level in New York City,
bro. But, the average. You ever read like the average like time to honk for a light? You ever read those? It's New York City is the
honk in Memphis. Honk at the wrong motherfucker in Memphis. I tell you what, dude, we used to have fucking cops at every exit from fucking Bartlett to downtown, and they ain't there to pull anybody over for some bullshit. They are solely there for road rage.
Honk police? Is it the honk police?
Bro, no. I mean, it wouldn't be once a month. I would see somebody on the side of the road physically having some kind of altercation over fucking road rage, being fucking stuck in the goddamn traffic.
Yeah, those motherfuckers definitely need to stay out of NYC.
Oh, dude, it is insane.
Dude, as a New Yorker, there's nothing more mind bending than trying to get through Times Square peak time when you gotta be somewhere. Like 200,000 motherfuckers in your way that have no idea where they're going and just like to stop randomly with no warning And bro, it is just like like when you get into that mode in the city, it's just like
Yeah. I'll tell you the truth. I had that shit worked out to a science.
the fuck out of the way, yo.
Yeah, it's true. But once the electric scooters started to become a thing, bro, and I got my electric scooter. It was 3,000 watt dual motor.
Bro, I just went around the square. Fuck going.
I used to take my scooter onto the Long Island Railroad, get off at Penn Station, and from Penn Station, didn't matter what time of the day it was, I could get anywhere in the city in 5 to 10 minutes with that scooter, bro.
Yeah.
Anywhere. You know, the traffic was non-existent. I had it all figured out. Here, I fucking hated here when it comes to driving, bro. People horrible in Florida. Worst drivers I've ever seen.
I think Penn Station is where that dude told me to get help. I got hit by a bus, actually. I think it was at Penn. Fucking, yeah, I mean, dude, that's the thing I love about the city is, like, the immediacy. I rode the M a lot in the L. And the L was especially coming home from a gig 2, 3 in the morning. It was fucking the wild, wild west on that motherfucker on the weekends, bro. Like, you never knew what was gonna happen. Shit was bananas, man. It'd be off, dude. I remember I got fucking, when I was married, fucking this girl tried to pick me up on the train, drunk chick. Like, going to this, bro, it was fucking hysterical. Like, insanity in that train. People getting into fights all the time. The boombox kids were always cute, though. Like, fucking, you know what I'm saying? They were funny as fuck. The break dancers, like, they'd come in. There'd be there would always be, on certain trains, there'd always be different breakdance crews coming through. And there's fucking, some of them were fucking hilarious. Fucking and amazing. Some of them were a little annoying.
There was a lot of talent, though. I'll tell you the truth. As a musician, I'm a singer, and, you know, I played the keyboard for 25 years. And I always used to be amazed by some of the talent I used to see in Penn Station. Though, like, there would be people that would set up, and I mean, these guys were good. Whether it was the violin or the sax, or sometimes you see full blown bands. You know what I mean? That would just set up in Penn Station, and I was amazed by them. You know, it was nice. Like, I miss things like that 100%. You know, it was.
King Click the channel. What up?
It was a world of its own.
Yep. Yeah, the only downside was, like I said, you couldn't FPV Manhattan. That was no go. But the rest of the city was pretty wild west.
I used to FPV Manhattan every day.
You could, but yeah. Well, you were flying micros too. That was a little.
Yeah, I used to cheat
on your own job site, flying micros. Not like, but you go to Times Square with that shit, your ass is getting tackled. Your ass is getting beaten
on the news.
Down. Yeah.
Now I can with the little guy. I could.
I mean, I know.
The little 75 millimeter HD. I wish I was in Manhattan with that thing now. I would totally fly in Times Square with that.
There was,
you know,
dude. I know a couple of dudes that got guns drawn flying tiny whoops in Times Square.
Really?
Oh yeah. They don't fuck around.
They would never catch me doing that, though. I would.
You'd be surprised.
I would be in a storefront, standing behind the glass in a store, flying that thing, fucking ripping it around.
You know how many cameras are in the fucking square, bro? Do you know how many cameras are in the motherfucker?
But if you're doing it that way, one packing out, they'll never catch you. You know,
maybe
by
one.
By the time they coordinate,
I don't know. I want to see you try. I'll film it.
I'm not there anymore. I would totally fucking do it, dude. The next video I'm posting is going to be in Walgreens with my whoop. I'm telling you right now. I planned it already. At the spot I'm going to be standing where I'm going to be standing. And the aisles are 6 foot high, 7 feet high. So I'll have reception through that whole store.
You're gonna fucking you're gonna renegade. I just can't
crash. If I crash, I lose the drone. You know what I mean? It'll be like another lake incident.
Yeah. That is the biggest problem with the city is there's not nearly enough fucking public bathrooms in fucking New York City. That's one of the biggest problems. You got the one in Union Square. You know, you got some of the parks you have them, but they only stay open until 8 o'clock maybe, you know what I mean, 9ish maybe, and like fucking like, you know, 14th, and there's only a couple places, man. So it's no wonder the bums are shitting all over the place. You know what I mean? And then the fucking, you know how many times I coming home from a gig with fucking 3 sheets in the wind, you got a fucking beer piss somewhere. You're like, yo,
oh, well, I mean,
what the fuck?
Sneaky piss somewhere. I mean, that's what we do,
bro.
I mean, that's what I do at my own house sometimes.
Oh, I pee in the yard all the time.
Fuck, I gotta piss.
Pee in the yard.
The porch.
Yeah. That's But we're talking about New York City, bro. Where
Well,
there's
that's
like
it, bud.
there's like
I've
fucking.
experienced
pretty
all
similar.
over this country in all the cities.
It's an art
In
form.
all the corners.
There was
all the
there was
bushes.
this alleyway near Berkeley when I was going to Boston a lot, and then every day there was a fresh fucking
Pile
just
of
log.
piss.
No, just log, bro. Like it wasn't a dog.
Oh man.
And it was fresh every day.
Well, we got well off topic tonight.
Yeah, it's good to tell stories. You know, makes everybody it makes everybody family.
Fucking hell. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, I'll be in the city for one day probably next month. Probably Midtown or something. I don't really know yet. We're actually doing a gig. I'm gonna do a gig at the Webster. Yeah.
Nice.
I fucking go.
I didn't
through.
even know it was still open, Webster.
To be honest, I didn't either. I was like,
That's old school. I
what was
heard
the
Webster Hall
what
in
was the big
years,
fucking
dude.
the big fucking I've done the Webster a few times for different things over the years, but the one that was up God, I think it might have even been like almost an old skating rink or something. But what was that one that it closed down during, like right before COVID even? Great big venue in Midtown.
CBGB's talking about?
Definitely 608.
CBGB's closed before this one,
Yeah,
but I remember
close about 10 years ago, 8 years ago, something like that.
Dude, I did a huge CBGB show in fucking middle of Times Square back in the day. It's fucking Jane's Addiction and a bunch of fucking.
Yeah, it's awesome. I was in there a couple times. My cousin
Devo
played
was there
about 3
too.
times.
Actually, it was fucking crazy.
My cousin played there 3 times. He opened up for Kitty. I don't know if you know Kitty. Kitty's like it's a girl metal band.
Metal band, yeah. I
Yeah,
remember that.
hanging out with all of them. That was cool.
Nice.
Yeah, a lot of big names played there. CBGB's, bro. That was a shame when that place closed down. I remember we used to walk in and they used to have pictures of Eric Clapton
Right.
and all the different musicians that played there. Pictures inside the place. But I mean, you know, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that was a
I cannot.
serious place. It's a shame when that place closed. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I cannot remember the name of that fucking place off the top of my head. I'm gonna have to look it up. Couple of bigger venues closed. A lot of shit's out on the fucking west side now too.
Yeah. That's the thing too. Whenever you go back, like especially if you go back to where you lived, it's always so different. It's kind of depresses you, you know. It's like stores that used to be one thing and now an AT&T or a Verizon or fucking whatever the case may be.
If I have enough time, I might try to pop it. Well, dude, when I left though, like a lot of places still weren't really open. You know what I mean? Like there was a lot of places that still were, but like
this COVID
all the COVID nonsense. I mean, it was really just kind of starting to open back up a bit when I ended up leaving the city, and but I want to go back. Like a couple friends of mine own a modular synthesizer shop in Brooklyn. I'd like to go and check them out. Fucking see a couple people, maybe see Kaio if I can.
Yeah, man, that'd be cool. I haven't seen Kevin in a long time. Wonder how he's doing.
Talked to him couple weeks back. Seems good. Kids, baby
Yeah,
stuff.
he reached out to me too a couple of weeks back. He's into RC racing and the Mini Z's. He's asked me about places. I turned him on to a place out in Long Island that I used to race at, but haven't heard from him since. That's good though. Yeah, he's a good dude. Dangerous to fly with, but a really good dude.
Yeah, I think he's more dangerous to himself, but fuck.
Yeah.
He walks out in the flight.
One
He's a
person we
fucking
fly with
lawsuit.
that's like that.
He's a danger to himself, but I love him to death. Fucking
certain stereotypes hold true. Like Asians, like they say Asians can't drive. He's one of those like Asian guys that like just walks out into the middle of the field and like there'll be a 10-inch fucking monster quad flying over his head. You know, like Kev, what are you doing out there, buddy?
Just total disregard for the 10-inch freestyling over.
He's just a sweetheart, though, man. I love that kid. He's
dude,
great.
cracks me up. He calls me. He always calls me. He puts me on speakerphone, and he's in his fucking work truck, which is fucking full of cages for chips, potato chips and stuff. You know, like he drives a great big delivery truck, and so he calls me, and all you can hear is this fucking metal shit banging away, dude. And he'll be trying to talk to me. I'm like, dude, Kev, what? It sounds like you're in a trash compactor, bro. What are you doing?
Bro, text me, all right?
Like, it's
Maddie's Drug World
hilarious,
saying
bro.
they got a big meetup down at Jensen Beach.
Yeah, that's awesome.
150 plus. Hell yeah.
Fly
dude.
Hide's
It's fucking
got
awesome.
something coming up as well. It looked like the TDA. Anybody in the chat making the TDA event? Looked like everybody.
Barbecue Bandit. That looked like it was successful.
Yeah, that spot looked fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Haven't seen a lot of videos pop out on YouTube for it. Tons on Facebook, but nothing, not much on YouTube.
Yeah. Not to jump on topic or anything like that, but did you guys see that little
Jump
teaser
on
video with that walk snail night camera?
Oh yeah,
No.
yeah.
Oh my God, bro, the thing is sick, man. I mean, I hope it's not like video fakery, you know what I mean? But you gotta see
Video
how,
fakery. What
you know what I'm saying? It's amazing. Like they show like
Where did they
the
put it?
GoPro.
We can watch it.
I seen it on Bardwell's news video yesterday. Bardwell had it posted on his news feed with Blunty yesterday. But I was like, wow, man! If that camera, it looks better than the Starlight does. You know what I mean? It really looked good.
Here, let me just. I'll Google walk snail night camera and see if anything comes up.
Yeah, it was a teaser. It's not available yet, but Bardwell hinted.
Yeah. It was like
he hinted that he has one. He hinted at it. You know what I mean?
1 week ago, just a quick flight to see how the walk snail micro camera works on low light. Is that the right? While it's using night mode, is this the right one? It was posted.
No.
No, that's not
That's
it.
what that doesn't even have a difference. Speaking from experience, you put it in night mode, or it just makes it more grainy and dark. That's all it does.
What the hell?
It was on Bardwell's newsfeed.
Find us a link.
It looked like daylight.
I got the
In
video.
full color.
Oh, Greg's on it. Good shit.
Yeah, Greg is awesome, dude.
It's Facebook video though.
Okay.
It works.
Make it
We'll
work.
make it work if it's all we got. I was just looking to see videos.
One Vision, what's up?
Oh, RZ, I got you, bro.
You know what else they were talking about too, which is pretty scary, is that they were talking how Fat Shark, how they reduced their price on their goggles. And also there was a talk about something with the IPO where it's hinting that Fat Shark is selling again. So considering those two moves put together, it's suggesting that Fat Shark is just getting out of the HD digital system. They're dropping it altogether. So being that Walk Snail and Fat Shark are the same thing, that kind of scares me a little bit.
Well, they're not, are they really though? I mean,
what's their investment in it? They probably did the shell. That's kind of what they were pointing to.
I would expect the optical setup, the optics, the fucking shells.
Sure, but
but again,
I
don't think
how
it's a
much
big
of
deal.
that did they really? Maybe they helped
in the chat.
design that, but I mean,
Which one?
The Facebook chat.
Oh, I don't even have Facebook open.
I just think.
I mean,
it wouldn't be. I wouldn't be surprised.
Before I got
as
worried,
soon as I found out that there was a Fat Shark model and then a Walk Snail model also.
Yeah,
that was a little suspect.
I mean,
and they're identical too. It's
nobody's going to turn
difference.
down money if Caddx is licensing the thing and paying Fat Shark for fucking the design. There's no why would you know? Why would they
I love
not?
the Fat Shark, dude. It's like I said. I mean, I may be a little biased because I never had any other digital system to really compare it to, but I was fucking starstruck when I put those goggles on for the first time, bro. Especially with the big quad, with the big VTX. For some reason, there's a lot less latency on the bigger VTX. I don't know why. It might be the settings on my micro, but well, it's at the bottom of a lake now, but.
Tell us that story. Holy shit!
Wait, hold on.
You pulling that shit up?
I hope so. It might be.
What she said.
Might be porn. Here,
let's go.
Oh, look at that.
There you go. Yeah, this is sick, dude. See that? If that's real. I'm like, you could fly at any time of night in HD. It's just insane. Look at that. That's full blown darkness. There's not even street lights around. There's one street light, the top left. That's it.
All right, wait, hold on.
Look at the detail on the trees, bro. You can fly anywhere.
Just trying to look at the building. Where's that building on the right in the dark shot?
Right, to see if it's...
You can hear the cars, though.
You can see it to the right.
Yeah, okay, there's the cars. Yeah.
It's just it's a much wider angle from inside from the quad.
Yeah, well, I think
versus the
he's...
camera.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So it does.
That's amazing, right? Is that
That's
not
pretty-
amazing,
That's
dude?
pretty impressive.
I'll build a night quad just with that camera. Seriously.
Although I
hold
wonder
on.
if they just bumped up the settings or something like that.
Well, that's what.
I mean, it's obviously
that's what Monty was talking about.
grainy
you know?
as fuck, but I mean,
Yeah, but it's totally flyable, man. Look at that. It's sick. You know.
It's walk snail, Matties.
all right. Do we see anything odd?
Yeah.
Let's see. Does everything look legit? Look at their OSD. OSD is
Yeah. Everything
That's
looks-
that's the OSD, without a doubt.
Yeah, I didn't see anything that looked like settings or anything like that.
nothing look like a tell, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, that would.
Here, let's go to this shot.
Matty
here really
Blunt's in
quick.
the house. What up?
Matty Blunt.
Flip switch.
Dad time.
Flip switch. So we were just looking at the Cadix night vision camera. You have any idea how big it is or anything? Do you guys hear any rumors of spec yet?
No,
No.
it's just they just released the image, but I mean they were also saying, which is true, that the only two form factors is 14 and 19 millimeter for the walk snail, but that's the only distinguishable difference between the two cameras. You know, they're both exactly the same. It's just you have a choice between the small and the big. So I'd imagine that, you know, they're gonna probably release this same way, nano and micro size. You know, but I'm just speculating, obviously, but I'd imagine they're gonna follow the same suit as they did with the other camera, you know?
Yeah, and then in regards to whatever's going on with, I mean, nothing, you know, nothing that Fat Shark does surprises me. You know what I mean? And there had already been, I think they sold, I mean, I can't even keep track anymore, but, you know, Rotor Riot had it or whatever, and then, or whatchamacallit had it, you know, not Rotor Riot, but the parent fucking company. Anybody? What's the parent company?
Red Cat.
Red Cat. Yes, thank you. I'm
Yeah,
trying
Red
fucking
Cat.
yes. You know, and
Thanks for Lou.
then allegedly the owner of Red Cat sold it to himself in a different fashion or something. I don't know nor really care who owns it or what they're doing per se. I wouldn't have, in terms of them like maybe not directly supporting or branding certain products, I wouldn't be surprised one bit. I don't think that would really affect Walks. I think Walksnail will exist as long as Cadix wants to do it.
Right.
You know,
exactly.
I mean, that's, you know, and this is just
Well,
my
considering that they-
opinion, but, you know, that's the way I see it. I don't see any reason why Cadix would drop it regardless.
Yeah,
of
that's
I'm
kind of my
relying
point.
on-
I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I just think
Yeah,
it's
Fat Shark's
Fat
out of
Shark
the thing.
tapping out.
I think
Well,
Cadix has a strong enough brand that people trust them, and they don't necessarily, you know. Whereas early on, Fat Shark was obviously a very strong brand, and now I feel like there's a lot of wonderful competition that is also strong bands that can, you know, give people what they need.
Yeah,
You know,
I
maybe
think
they're
that-
just tapping out. Yeah.
I think that Walk Snail right now, and like I said, I may be a little biased because I'm fully invested in it.
I'm not gonna
is the
speculate.
biggest up and coming hidden secret in HD, in my opinion. Because I think that, you know, they have the capability and the hardware capability of getting their latency lower, of getting their boards lighter, and the picture quality is better than HD0. It definitely is. Only HD0 has a much better latency, so obviously it's more suited towards racers and everything like that. But I think that Walksnail has a lot of potential, especially like with this night camera. I haven't seen any digital systems that could do that yet. If that's real, that's a game changer for night flying.
That's
Especially
like analog level night flying. Right
yeah,
there.
it's sick.
I would
dude.
I would
That doesn't
imagine
exist.
if, you know, especially as I was saying, I think I was saying last week, you know, the issue with a lot of these cameras is that they're trying to push really high resolution. You know, and everything is a compromise. If you want to perform well at night, look to a lower resolution camera. You will, because you can, a lower resolution sensor of the same size will have larger photosites therefore better low light performance. And you can optimize that better. You know, when you're trying to push 4K and low light in a fucking package this big, that's what she said, it ain't gonna go so well.
It always works for me sometimes.
You know,
Sometimes they do good.
so like fucking
For whom?
it's gotta do it a couple times. Fucking but yeah, it is really impressive, and it's actually great to see low light digital option. I would truly imagine that, you know, HD0 could definitely do something, especially if they, you know, with the 540 90 FPS setups. I can imagine they could do something.
I'd like to see a comparison of current HD0 with that system at night, because I've never seen HD0 at night. Or
no,
heard
that's what I was gonna
anybody
say.
complain about
I haven't really
No,
heard
there was
either
video
way where it's at. All I can say is that watching Min Chan's videos, fucking now that he's running HD0, it's just like it's night and fucking day, like, you know, compared to analog specifically, and just you can see so much of what he's more of what he's doing. I mean, you can read the fucking
and the colors
shit on the
and everything.
The color is great. The fucking, you can read the fucking signs, you know, that he's, you know, on the banners he's flying through and shit. It's like, holy shit. Like, from a racing perspective, that shit's baller, bro. Like, I was like, god damn, that's amazing. Like, really, like, just so clear and so just fast. You know,
sticking on HD0, you know, what you said was 100% right, by the way. The mass production, they commented. I was on the page today just to look, because I'm still kind of interested in HD0. If I come across, you know, expendable dollars, I think I'll still invest in it. But they were saying that they're shipping 100 units per day, bro, starting on April 1st.
March 17th.
April 1st, I seen on this website today. March 31st to international outside the United States, and April 1st to United States orders. In the order that they received, 100 units per day. But 100 units per day.
Well, they have they've got a lot of pre-orders, so that's really good news. Though I have a friend here who's waiting to get his HD zeros, and I think that, like I said, you know, if I have the ability to this year, once all the pre-orders get filled and if there's steady supply, I definitely want to get it. There's no question. I'll keep DJI and I'll have that and use that for my analog stuff that I still have, and then use that for other things that I'm worried about responsiveness, and then I'll have DJI for my other shit, you know, and I maybe I'll buy a walk snail too if I need it for some, you know what I mean, like, and just use the module.
I think if you get the HD0 goggles, you could go the route that I was gonna go. You just buy the VRX modules, you know what I mean? If you got the HD0 goggles, you could run everything but DJI. You don't really need to invest in anything other than
I'm
VRX.
still hoping. I mean, you know, I'm still hoping to see DJI just release some sort of a VRX, and they obviously can do it, you know, so there's no reason. I think I would love to see that happen. Maybe. But it may never, because, you know,
I think it's very possible now, because there's a lot of negative reviews and opinions of the DJI 2 goggles. So
they're not selling very well.
Yeah, I think because of that, DJI may turn around and say, okay, well, you know what? Now you can try it with your goggles. Yeah.
But they may also look at that and say it's not selling well, so it's not worth to continue in the product.
Yeah, I think
line.
What's cheaper to make, though? What's cheaper to make? Goggles or fucking VRX? And at the end of the day, you could still sell the VRXs for a nice penny, because if you just look at their transmission system that's made for actual cameras, that thing's 3Gs. Sells like hotcakes, bro. It's just not practical for what we need, you know what I mean? But like, there's nothing stopping them from doing it, and it would ultimately be less of an investment in a lot of regards. Give us a box that receives your shit. Done. We could just plug it into whatever.
I think that it wouldn't be much R&D for them either, because they have the tech already, obviously. Yeah. They just need to transform it. It's not a big deal.
It would just be take whatever's in their goggles and just make it screenless.
They'd
have to pin it out. Yeah, exactly.
They stuff the fucking transmission receiver into the back of a monitor, I'm pretty sure. So it's like, where's the sub module? I can't remember. It comes. I thought it came with a little thing. It's in the monitor, but I might be wrong. I haven't really actually paid that hard of attention to that side of it.
I'm surprised that nobody in the community nerded it out yet. You know what I mean? It was like, all right, I took the goggles apart, I took the module out, I pinned it out, and here you go. Even if it be
people have
duct taped
definitely
onto a pair of
already
goggles.
nakeded the fucking transmitter side, but you know, I mean, to what you're saying, yeah. I mean, I don't know how their, you know, board talks to their screens and all that, and you know, but if you could get just the output, a video output, just tap it, got a pair of fucking goggles and just tap the receiver, you know, get video out, just past whatever's generating the HDMI. But it's so the problem is with DJI is their firmware locks everything down. You know what I mean? Like, and puts it all together. So it's really really challenging.
Well, it's smart on their part. You know, it's like preventing piracy in movies. You know what I mean? They made their software in a way where you can't fuck with it. It's that simple. Which their hardware, I should say, where you can't mess with it. It's just you know, it's smart on their part. We get mad as
tinkerers,
hobbyists, but you know what I mean. But you know, you got to give credit where it's due. I mean, there was one guy, I wish I could remember his name. He posted a video just when the O3 air units came out, and he dissected it. You know what I mean? Took it apart, made it naked, lightened it, put it on a whoop, and flew it. And the footage was with an O3 air unit, and it was very impressive. It was on a 75 millimeter board. And I was saying to myself, I'm like, wow, this guy is awesome, man.
There's a good amount of fucking...
It takes balls, though, to take a $250 unit. I mean, unless you got it like that. And rip it apart.
Dude, I see cats buying them by like 5-10 at a time. I fucking, you gotta like that fucking send
The funny part is that somebody in the comments commented, and I got so mad, bro. I fucking blasted off on this kid. He
New York
posted in the comments. He's like, "Oh, it was pretty hard to watch the video with your heavy breathing. Try not to do that." And I commented, I'm like, dude, how about you show us how you rip apart a $250 air unit and do it in your way, and then we'll watch it, something like that. You know what I mean? I forget what it was, but the point is that the kid was you know, there's innovators out there that will take the stuff regardless of how much it costs, and could do it if enough time and effort is put into it. I think somebody in the community could definitely create a module, you know, in one way or another, you know. So that's all. That's all I got.
I would imagine that board's fairly large and kind of impractical, but I've never gutted a pair of DJIs nor really paid too hard of attention to a teardown of them yet. So just fucking. Speaking of little shit, there are a lot of cool O3 Whoop things happening right now. All in all, I've seen some pretty cool stuff.
What's up, dude?
Tiny Whoop just got in some new those Happy Model crossboards, and pull this up.
Yeah, I seen that. You sent it over.
This
cool.
This thing looks pretty cool for the Whoopers. Speaking of tiny builds, crossboard.
Yeah,
this makes me want to build a Whoop.
It's the same exact PDB as the Beta FPV board. It looks like it's the same exact one, but you know, I love that board. I'm going to show you guys, actually. I just posted a build video last night, actually, that's very practical for the HD systems if you want to do it on a Whoop, whether it's 65 or 75. I'm getting it right now for you. But I figured out a great way to do it.
Right on. Well, hold on a second. I got this on the screen. So fucking let's see. Right, so we got crossboard F4 for the Whoopers out here. BMI 270 gyro. BMI 272S. 5 amp Beck. 5 amp BL Heli S. G-Shot 300. And built-in UART Express LRS which actually is very cool that it's on the UART and not SPI, so that makes life easy. 6 amp peak. The Whoop board looks pretty cool. Yeah. $45.
Yeah, it's a little bit higher of a price point. The better is I think $39. but the better is also not very reliable. That's actually what I was going to show you. That's what I have in this is the better board. I don't know if I could focus
Let me
in,
bring
but
up
it's the
Zoom.
same exact PDB though. But if anybody wants to build one of these, if you're not sure how to build a fractal, I posted a video last night, which is a revised video, which is very in detail because the problem that I had with the HD on this size, and I think it's something that's unavoidable. It's not a hardware thing. Is it burnt out because of heat, because the boards are smashed together, and there's not that much wind flow, airflow over these boards because they're so small on such a small package. The overheating, especially without the heat sink, is a big issue. So the way I built this one is I actually reamed out the frame so you could fit 2mm screws through here. So I put M28s through, then nylon standoffs, and then that gives you a good centimeter worth of, if you can see behind my hand, you can see that the board has a nice gap between it and the flight controller. So now I'm getting absolutely no overheating warnings at all with this board. So if you guys want to build an HD Whoop, and I can't recommend this enough, the Fractal 75 or the 65 frame is just incredible. It's a compressed X design. It flies fantastic. It's very rigid. Not selling it, I'm just making a point. I love this frame, but check that video out if you guys are interested in building one. All you need is one of those little pipe files to remount the holes a little bit so you can fit the M2 screws through them, and then you mount it from the bottom. And the video is only 15 minutes long if you guys want to check it out. It's on my channel. I posted it last night. The first video I posted...
Drop that link in the chat for everybody.
Yeah, I'll drop it in the chat.
See.
Well, hell yeah. Shit looks awesome.
Does look awesome.
Yeah. No, it's pretty cool. Let's see. I got it right here.
Bang through this news shit here really quick. What else we got here? We got fucking... Oh, we can play the... I'm gonna play the B2P.
Good evening. I'm Waldo. Thanks for joining us for B2P News. Here's what's going on in MPV this week.
All right, wait, where was I? Okay, back to the fucking thing here. All right, so what else we got in the news really quick? We got a recon by HTLRC, which I'm kind of digging this fucking
that 10-inch frame.
Yeah, this fucking 10-inch frame with 8mm arms and struts, and it looks like it's pretty dead, and it looks like
that's a dead bat style.
Yeah, I mean, it looks a lot like my...
I'm just trying to think like, if you were to put like an 03 or something in there.
And that's a baller setup.
I'm trying to think about the props in view on this, just depending how the way it's set up.
That dead bat design, so
Bro,
it's pretty wide.
The link is too big for the chat.
Is it really?
Wow. Oh yeah, because it's a 20-minute
I got
video.
it. No, not that. The recon link.
I told you all those links are too long. Fucking yeah, this thing doesn't look too bad though. Just for an option for the 10-inch long range frame kit. Maybe other shots. Let's see here. Get the old side view coming up here. Got a little GPS tray in the back. So one thing that I'll mention. I'm just going to mention this in general. If you're going to run your GPS close to your fucking VTX, really whether it's analog, but definitely more so with digital, fucking copper wind and fucking shield your GPS cables, because these two being next to each other can be problematic. I've found
for sure.
Makes sense.
And I've had issues just in general. Like I said, if you don't know, like get some copper tape and some just like some wire wrap, and just fucking copper tape your wires, and then just solder it to the ground, the copper, and then wrap it up. This is not too shabby. Fucking
I like it. It looks nice.
$110. Yeah, price point is good. 8mm arms. I feel okay with that. I'm a big fan of 10mm on 10 inch, but that's fucking. It's not built to. It's not built to be a fucking basher. It's a fucking cruiser, right? So I think this has some possibilities. It's cool. And And then, what do you need to drive it? We got a T-Motor Velox F7 multifunctional freestyle flat controller, which is 8 channels, $62 on this. And I was trying to see what gyro is in this fucker. Dual Bex, 8 motor support. It's an F722. Built-in barometer. Built-in TVS protection, which we like. We do like that. It's a 4.2.
It's an ARM STM32 F7.
Yeah, it's a 42688P gyro with 8 megs of flash, and I like that, being Mr. Black Box. Fucking.
That's not a lot though.
Oh no, it's better than but it's fucking better than nothing. I don't.
Yeah, but for a long range, you would want. They have that one board's got 256 now. What is that? The
Really?
I think it's a Diatone, the new Diatone board. It's 256. Oh no, that's not Diatone.
If you want to log,
iFlight. It was.
You want to log telemetry like for those kind of flights? I would be using something else entirely though. You know what I mean?
There's a logger.
All I care about on a flight controller is it's got enough black box for me to tune that motherfucker.
What up?
Yeah, I think that's all it's really there for.
Happy birthday, Off Axis!
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
So 16 any flash. That's actually one thing I forgot to mention about the Happy model. This Whoop board has flash. That's not something you see every day. And just pointing that out. The Happy model Cross has fucking flash on it for tuning. And I like that too.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, for a Whoop, you don't see it very often, to be honest. I'm sure a lot of this.
What board did? Because I don't know that I remember.
In brushless, I'm sure there's more options that do, but in brush, there's like none, at all. And I mean,
freestyle cinematic flight controller.
Yeah, I always loved T-Motor's names. I loved the Pro F7. It was the full function, as opposed to not. It does not function.
Dude, you want to see a really cool flight controller? Look at the new Diatone Mamba MK4 AIO, bro. That thing is sick. I love it. It's 2 boards that are actually intertwined.
Give us a link
with a data cable. I gotta find it. Yeah.
Give us a link. All right. Cool. What else is in the news? All right. This is actually cool. They added fucking Night Fever to Sutor. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Anyways, to the Great Big Liftoff map. So now you can go fly under the Aurora motherfucking Borealis and get some nighttime lava flow action going. So that looks pretty dope.
TV, what up?
So 152 Liftoff added Night Fever Night Fever's like $2 if you don't have it, so it's totally worth getting. If you want to do some night flying in Liftoff. Nice. They've added some new features in the change list. Drone selection from the pause menu. That's actually nice. Updated some things about the custom playlist. Fixed some level loading issues. Added option to disable the festivity items. That's actually cool.
I'd like to see Liftoff make a more. It has nothing to do with the flight or anything like that. I just want to see more avenues to collect some of the shit that's in those chests that you get for completing races, like the custom frames and motors.
Oh, the challenges and stuff.
Yeah. It's always locked behind a random item in a box, and I never get anything good out of those.
I should have sent that to you guys.
Is there a list of all the Liftoff challenges so you can actually like look at what you need?
Well, it's not even
doing?
A challenge. You get one of those boxes every level or something like that.
Is it just level based? Yeah, you might. I couldn't remember. I thought some of them were challenge based.
You might get it with challenges too. For all I know, I don't really look at the challenges.
I don't even know what level I am.
Cool. other avenues to get cool stuff. Like complete a complete fucking race, you get this cool ass frame.
Dude, I mean, not for nothing, Kevin and those guys are so fucking easy to talk to. Like, if you got an idea that you think could make it better, fucking throw it out there. I mean, like, generally speaking, they've been very, receptive to the community ideas and feedback, and I've communicated with him direct one-on-one all the time, over the years. He's very cool. I recommend it.
Maybe I'll mention that on his,
if you
on his page there.
I haven't really sat down and looked at, like, I never really paid too much attention to the, like, how or why you get those.
I mean, it like I said, it has nothing to do with the flight. It's
they want your drip, bro. You gotta have your drip. Yeah, I mean,
exactly.
Dude, that's
the cooler your quad looks, the better it's gonna
like,
fly.
bro. Quality of life suggestion. Seriously, bro. Quality of life suggestion. It'd be cool if we could get more visual modification. Skins for shit. That we could
not so random
and make them and put them behind challenges of some kind. And then we can, like, give us something to do, basically.
Yeah, complete this fucking challenge. You get
these cool props, or whatever, yeah, totally. I'm totally with that. That's cool. I would definitely recommend it. I think they're very, like I said, they're generally very receptive and very fucking cool about having conversations about some of that stuff. Don't tell them to change their physics. They'll tell you to get fucked. But other than that,
I personally have no problem
not really.
With any of their
They
physics.
really
like people have an argument all day between whether they like Velocidrone, liftoff, DRL. To me, they all just fly like different drones, and I just get used to that fucking drone. Because in the end of the day, they all do the same thing. They flip, they flop, they go forward, they go backwards, side to side.
You've already missed 2 cementkidd stories at least, but I'm sure we'll give you another one.
You got in late, bro, and you got 3 hours early difference too. It's only 7 o'clock by you, so.
Now you didn't tell us about the fucking lake incident.
Well, hold on.
For the video.
Hold on until let me finish. Let me finish the news, and then we'll get the videos and that. We'll get to that. We can get to the lake before that. I just want to finish the news. All right, back. All right. So I think that might be all we have. We have the HD0. Okay. So one thing I did want to mention for the people that are into the cinema lifters is we're starting to see the Ember is starting to get out there in the wild. And I don't know if you caught Paul Nurk, Nurk FPV's fucking footage from the Mint. Damn, does anybody have a link to that? Fucking. Somebody can give me that link. That would be dope.
To Nurk's?
Nurk's footage from
I can get it if it's easy to find.
This is actually kind of an insanely expensive body in certain regards. Not really, but it's pretty insane. I mean, for many people. Well, if you compare it to some cameras, it's not. But if
you're not a professional,
if you're not a professional, it's really expensive. It's really expensive compared to a Komodo. but fucking this thing can shoot 800 frames a second, and I think I've talked about it a little bit before. But this is out in the wild, and we're starting to see some footage from this thing, and it's fucking pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking
It's pretty fucking amazing. This is
I don't know. I don't see if Nurk posted anything on his YouTube channel about it.
Just Facebook. Facebook.
It's Facebook.
This is some of the footage, their promo footage from it, and some of the slow motion that you can get off of it. Dude, this thing's the speed ramping capability is just. It's crazy. I don't even know what to do. It's bonkers.
You'll see Johnny FPV using it.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
This is an FPV camera?
People are flying them on the
Cinema
Cinelifters. It's a cinema cam, but people are flying them. Nurk just flew one at the Mint. And I have footage from somebody else that I can't.
Insane.
It's super insane. It's fucking really insane. Let me see if we can find this Nurk clip really quick. They're just super, like, 5 seconds each, I think, but if that.
Yeah, but it's great.
They're incredible.
But this thing's out and it's cool. And like, look at the fucking the rosin coming off the bow on the shot coming up, and then we'll cut out of this here. Let's let this kind of leap again here. One more time. But this is just pretty amazing. Now, when we talk about FPV and the potential of where we can take FPV, like this is fucking unreal. It is super light. It's super small. It's 100 millimeter cube at 800 grams for the body, and then of course you have your lens. It's very much in beta right now, but I mean, look at the fucking slow-mo props on this thing, on this fucking.
See, the way I fly, the
Lifter.
first thing I'm thinking is, do you know how bad my mistakes would look on that camera?
No, bro, because that's the thing. Shooting at such a high frame rate,
It
like,
doesn't even matter. Yeah, you could fly straight into a wall.
and
It
if you
looks good.
can imagine, well, high speed tends to just smooth everything out, and especially when you're this high. And I mean, if you could, I don't know that it has a gyro in it. I hadn't actually dug yet that far, but you could always use
Connect a GoPro to it.
I was going to say you could use an external gyro logger or GoPro or an external logger and potentially get it into its ProRes. You could potentially get it into gyro flow.
Yeah, but with such a high
which would be
difference in frame rate, it would still work.
insanity. Well, I'm going to talk about that here really quickly, but the damn thing's crazy. Let me just back out and see if I can find Nurk
I'll
real
look
quick.
for Nurk shit. I don't know where he posted it. It's not on his
FPV
page.
Cine lifters. I bet it's in there. Oh, fuck! I'm in.
How much does that weigh?
800 grams for the body, and then your lens could be, another 5 or more, 3 to 5
So
on
it's,
average or
it's
more.
lifter. It's lifter.
It's lifter centric, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's 100. It's 100 millimeter cube, bro. It's fucking. There's nothing to it. I'm not gonna show certain things. What the fuck?
Literally right on this page.
Is it really literally on his page? Can you send me the link? It's on Paul's. His page
Paul
or Nurk
Nurk.
FPV?
No,
Yeah.
Paul Nurk.
I'm still looking. This is his post. Grammy. That's the red. Where is it at? I'm still looking. Not seeing.
Yeah, I don't see shit on his page.
Chat.
Last put.
All right, so Artie's got me.
Why did it send you the
Send me to.
page?
Yeah. Oh. Don't worry, guys. We'll get this sooner or
One
later.
way or the other, we'll get this shit.
I thought he posted it in City Lifters.
He did, but I'm just gonna send you the link to his.
Bro, I was just there. Fuck, where is it? Search FPV City Lifters.
Send.
Nurk.
The algorithm is like, this video is too
Yeah.
powerful.
It's just not happening.
There.
There we're
Post
at.
is
There
hidden.
we go. I see it. I see it. I sees it.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ. Jumping Jesus
Up,
on a
Briscoe?
pogo stick.
Let's
Going on, man?
go.
All right, here we go. For the love of God. Can we get this full screen of some kind?
Please get a full screen dab time.
All right, here we go.
Dab.
So this is footage from the camera we were talking about. Ba-bow! This is out at Mint, and this is slow-mo coming off of...
And that's the Mint 400, by the way.
Why is my stream always like fucking 75 seconds behind? I know you guys are gonna tell
Yes.
me go to 2 times. I do it all the time too.
Yeah,
You have to do it every once in a while. It slows down. due to,
So
like,
if you guys remember
network
the
conditions
Free
and shit.
Fly Wave, which was the precursor, the Wave was also a pretty popular high-speed camera that a bunch of guys were flying, and
Dude, it looks good.
this is...
Yeah, it's sick.
I didn't work with any of the footage from the Wave. I can tell you that I've been working with a little bit of the footage from this camera, and it's fucking amazing. It works really well on the timeline. It fucking plays well. It like, in terms of just like edit bay functionality, it fucking runs like butter, even at the crazy frame rate, that's what I was amazed by. I was like 800 frames a second and it runs like this. Okay. Because generally when you start getting into certain high speed stuff on other cameras, my Blackmagic and Reds are, aside, raw aside, it can start getting a little more crunchy, as far as how much juice it's using to actually run on the timeline. Here's the other video he had put up. But can't wait to see this fucking graded out a bit and colored and fucking, this will be... I can't wait to see what Paul does with this. This will be real cool to see.
I want to ask you a question, but I know it's going to send you on a 10-minute answer, so I'm a little reluctant to ask it. But I got to ask it anyway.
It now, yeah.
So when you're dealing with high frame rates like this, and obviously you're streaming this from YouTube, right? Is this video on YouTube?
No, I'm actually playing this from
Facebook.
Playing this from Facebook.
Yeah, it actually looks really good.
So it's either way. It's a media platform. Is there a difference in uploading when you're dealing with such high frame rate? Because they're gonna obviously render it in the same fashion.
Well,
right?
you're not gonna upload 800 frames a second. You're gonna render 800 a second to a standardized frame rate. So you're gonna conform your slow-mo footage to a normal frame rate. That's the way you deal with it.
The data is that much better as you conform it because it's
absolutely, and it gives you the ability, because the way the Ember is working, I don't know all of the modes yet. I've actually joined a bunch of the Ember user groups, and I'm going to try to get my hands on the manual and just start really digging into what all it can do. On most professional cinema cameras, you actually set two different frame rates as needed. You set your baseline project rate. So if you're doing a movie, it's probably 24 frames a second, right? But if you're doing something for, broadcast, it might be 29.97 or whatever it is. So generally, a shooter is going to capture the footage at a base project rate of whatever you're going to deliver. Because that just means that from start to finish, there's no issues. However, most cameras that shoot high speed, most professional cinema cameras have basically what's known as an off speed or high speed recording mode, and it will have an on off button, and then you'll be able to set your secondary frame rate, right? So when you load that footage into Resolve or Premiere, whatever in many cases, it's going to look at the project rate first and foremost, and it will play the footage slow-mo until you tell it otherwise, right? So basically, it's a 24 frame a second project rate, but you're basically rendering 800 frames a second slow-mo to 24 frames a second. However, if you take and tell your editing software that it's 800 frames a second, it will play in real time.
Right.
It won't be slow-mo anymore. It'll just play in real time. But you can still, that's the difference with in the editor, you have your project frame rate and then you have your clip frame rate. So you just go to your clip, switch it to whatever it is, or with the Ember footage, it's a little different. I'm not going to get too deep in that, but that's basically what it is. You set your project to what you're delivering. You record your footage at a project with the same project rate. So when you import it, it's going to come in slow-mo, but then you can go into the clip attributes and change the frame rate to make it play real time, or you can do effectively just a retime command on it and just retime it to real time. And then you can work any speed in between that, and you have all that latitude and all those frames to do your speed ramping or slow downs or speed, whatever, I'm still trying to figure out the math and how to read the metadata of the Ember footage I was given. I was given a chunk of footage, 4 or 5 days ago, I think, something like that I got to start playing with. And when I load it into Resolve, it only tells me the project rate. It doesn't tell me what the camera was actually doing. And some cameras, like the Blackmagic cameras and REs and many others, the camera metadata, when you load it into Resolve, it'll tell you 24 frames a second or 29, whatever the base project rate was. And then there'll be a camera tab you click on, and it will tell you what the camera was actually doing at that moment, right? Wow. From the specs, cool. It should be 800 frames a second. So
you would be able to manipulate that though as a secondary file, and it just tells you what it was recorded at, right?
It tells it. Yes.
Actually, yeah.
It tells what tells.
Obviously, even the original file you can't manipulate. It's recorded already. That's what it is, right?
Well, you can't make it more than what it is, but you can change it from what it is to make it slower, right? Or. Well, using optical flow, actually, let me rephrase that. You can definitely speed up video. And with that many fucking frames, it doesn't really matter because you're going to be throwing your frames away no matter what. It's more about if you're not using, you need to be using the appropriate tools to be doing your speed changes depending on how far you're going. If you get to a point where you're dropping frames in distasteful way, in a way where it looks bad, then you need to start looking at optical flow or something along those lines in some cases, or you need to look at how you're actually dropping frames. Look at the math involved and try to work that out.
So you average out which frames are dropped, you saying?
There's ways to do things like, this is where this conversation get deep, and I'm not going to go there. But there are things known as like 3:2 pull down and other ways of doing frame rate conversion where you're kind of dictating 3:2 pull out which frames you're dropping. Right. Yeah. Right. Basically. So
that's pretty awesome. So I'm always amazed by all of that. You know, especially the knowledge that you have. That's why I love to pick your brain when it comes to stuff like this, because you know there's just so much. It's a whole hobby, and it's not even a hobby. It's a profession. I mean, but there's just such a large amount of information to know, and
there's a lot so a lot of what I'm speaking towards is so they shot movies at 24 frames a second, but then TV came along at 29.97. And so there was a huge conundrum of how do we take the movies and play them on TV and vice versa, you know, that type. And so that's where they had to start doing all this magic to figure out how to do the frame rate conversion so that the footage still looks smooth and the frames that were being dropped weren't noticeable.
Right.
And things of that nature. Or in situations where you're trying to create frames from 24 frame stock and you're rendering to 30 frames now, where you get it, you have to frame blending or optical flow type things. I will say that I've had the Ember footage in one situation where I had it slowed down so far. I tried throwing optical flow on it and it didn't. I didn't like it. That's all I'm going to say. But that could totally be what I was doing at the time, because I was really just like, ooh, what can I do with this? You know, and just pushing it to crazy extremes to see what would happen with that frame rate and shit like that. So it's been a pleasure to work with in regards to just how it works overall. It is basically recorded to a display ready format. So you can literally just take the footage out, and as this is NERC footage, I don't believe there's any grading at all on this. This is straight from the camera, and it looks good. It's a Rec 709 Gamma 22, just kind of like when you shoot with your GoPro and you don't shoot flat. Same thing. It's like you can throw it on the screen, good to go. You know, for most situations, right?
So basically, the way I recorded every single video of my life, just never touched any setting and just threw it on the screen.
So for me, it was interesting because I had to really start thinking about really good ways to maximize what I'm getting from the footage in terms of the color space. It does shoot 10-bit color, so that's good and gives you a lot more latitude in the grading. It is Rec 709 Gamma 22 is the file coming out of PritLab. So it's really cool footage. It comes Rec 709, so I immediately transformed it into a different color space and started playing. It definitely has some latitude for grading. It is actually, for me, it caused me to learn something really amazing actually over the last couple of days that's kind of plagued me with some of this footage in my journey. And I learned something literally basically yesterday that I'm just like, fuck yeah. In terms of how to handle it and handling, when you're doing those conversions, it gives you some leverage to squeeze a little more on how to, when you're coming from that camera display ready look and you're putting it into a different color space, there's some compression you can do to help, really helpful for highlights, to help bring them down in a way that gives you more room to work once you move in. And I learned a good method yesterday. I feel that is going to help me immensely, because I don't know if you've ever graded something where you know, your drone flies is at the sun, and then when you go to grade it, you start seeing crazy shit happen, you know, in those clipped highlights, depending on what you're doing, go out of gamut really easily. So when you start pushing color into it, or just even sometimes saturation, and you happen to clip your red channel or something, sometimes your highlights start looking pink, right? And start doing things that you're like, what the fuck is going on? You know, this helps solve that problem in a big way. I'm pretty stoked. It's something I'll talk about in one of my DaVinci sessions here. I I just started looking to use it on GoPro footage as well. So basically, it just will help when you're flying towards the sun. You want to bring that down, and you know, sometimes your whole sky is almost blown out because you're flying towards the sun. It's too bright. It could really helps bring some of that back in a nice way, in a pleasing way that's a little more manageable.
And imagine with ND filters, it helps out a lot too,
yeah,
right?
and yeah, NDs help, but I mean, at the end of the day, almost any sensor, if you stick it towards the sun long enough, it's gonna fucking clip. You know what I mean? Unless you have an insane amount of ND or negative exposure compensation, or on a real camera, you're stopping down really hard. You know what I mean? With a real camera, you can stop down really hard, but then your ground, you know, then your ground and other stuff starts looking too dark in many cases. When you want to expose for your highlights, but depending on how the camera is dealing with it, the dynamic range of the situation, there's times where when you expose for your highlights and get those right, that everything else is really fucking dark. The stuff that you want, you know. So what this is basically allowing me to do is, by doing some magic, basically, is I'm taking just those highlights and smashing them down in a way that's seemingly working really well. It's like a soft clipping, and then I can bring it all back up without destroying it. And it's interesting, and it's in the way. Like I said, I'm actually just working the transfer function. That's why I keep talking about log B on the GoPros, because log B helps with this too. It takes your highlights, is the mode that my friend Joey actually put a video out on Mixing Light. It takes the highlights and the darks and kind of smashes them, compresses them together a little bit tighter, so you're less likely to get clipped info in your recording. It doesn't fix what the sensor's getting. If you're blowing out the sensor, you're still going to have some clipped data, but this helps with a lot of the stuff around that, and helps that roll off become more natural when you actually do go back to put color into it or render it out. And, you know, but again, these are all grading things for people that are integrating. You know, I just recommend, like, yeah, try not to clip your highlights in general when you're shooting. Use ND filters, you know, even if it's just a little bit, just to help control that shit, because it's...
Can I say one thing? I told you I was afraid to ask that question. I knew it. I knew I was going to send you down.
Well, I covered a bunch of different shit really quick, but but yeah, I mean, the fucking, it's good shit, man. Like, you know.
Yeah, there's so much to know, man. So much to know. It's just insane. And you know what the crazy thing is a professional like yourself still learns new stuff every day.
I don't want to stop learning.
Well, I'm saying the point is that somebody that doesn't know anything about it, like myself, that's just trying to get your feet wet, it's just, I think that the average person will get overwhelmed, because they're like, holy shit, like, we're talking about frame rates and you know, reduction of frame rates and addition and adding frame rates,
blur, frame blending. I mean,
frame blending and all sorts of magic. And meanwhile, you know, just last week, without your help, I couldn't even set the frame rate on my DaVinci.
With pure video, especially when you start going down the road of color science. I mean, yeah, look, I am nowhere near a master. I don't plan to be a quote unquote master for a very long time, nor do I want to necessarily be. I have a very good, strong foundation. I've been doing a shit ton of the work over the last X amount of years. You know, I've been using Resolve since like 2015, and it's, you know, and I was using it more for the stuff I was doing for the live shows, and it wasn't really coloring as much. It was more like just fixing a few things here, editing, you know, like, you know, before that I used Final Cut, and before that I used Premiere. Over the years, I wasn't always editing focus, but due to all the production I was doing, I was, you know, doing a lot of editing over the years. I started as an audio engineer, you know, an editor, but video just ended up being part of that package, you know, over all the years, right? You know, and so, look, the thing is, there's points where I didn't know any of this shit either. You just got to start biting it off in little bite-sized chunks and
baby steps.
And start building on it, and then learn one thing, and then just try to use that thing for a couple days, you know, and then fucking learn something else, and then take those two and put them together. I call it building my blocks, you know. I'm actually making my Legos, and then I'm going to build something with all my Legos, you know what I mean? And it's just, you got to get started. You got to get your feet wet. You know, FPV is a great way to get your feet wet. And I started as a photography guy, and you know, shooting on film, developing in a dark room. You know, way back in high school, which led me into audio and video shit. You know, ultimately, but like.
No, that's a great point. I'll tell you what, like, perfect example would be like whenever I show somebody like a video that I made, you know, like a friend or a customer or something that I get into the conversation with, they always say the same thing, like, wow, you're really good at editing. And my first response is, no, I'm not. Like, you may think so, but you got to see some of the people that I know, like what they do. Like, I know basics, you know, but the average person will look at what we edit, you know, just as an average pilot, not even somebody that's in the industry like yourself. And it's impressive to them because they don't edit. They don't know, you know, but it's part of the hobby is to edit. And FPV is, I agree, 100%, you know, a great entrance point. And
it's a good gateway drug
point
to doing bigger,
Yeah.
you know, and more advanced stuff for sure, man. And, you know, don't be intimidated though. You know, it's okay. You're going to open up that program, and some days you're just going to need to close it and do something else for a minute, you know, because you might get frustrated or you might just feel overwhelmed. That's cool. Like I said, try to just
I'm not discouraged by it. I'm
just saying in general. I'm not talking I'm not talking to you specifically. I'm saying to everybody in general. It's like, you know, like my you know, recommendation. That's why I always used to say, learn DaVinci Free first, and when you know you need Studio, you'll know you need Studio, like, because you'll hit a point where you start hitting that wall of, I need this tool that I got to pay for to do this cool shit that I want to do. But learn all the basic shit first. There's tons of shit to learn, right? You know, and there's tons of great stuff you can do with the free version. There's a fuckload. And that's why what I've been trying to talk about a little bit again is like the log B thing with the GoPro. You can do that in the free version. Some of this color science shit that I'm gonna start trying to show everybody, like it can be done in the free version. You can use gyroflow in the free version. You can make dope ass FPVs with a free version. You know, there's a couple things that can slow you down, but there's a lot of shit you can do, and you can make dope shit. But baby steps. Try to learn about one technique, editing technique or coloring thing or whatever. Just try to learn one thing, and then just try to use that. Do a couple videos and just try to keep using that and make variations of it, you know, that theme basically, and then learn something new, add them together, keep building, you know, and until you start really like, holy shit, I got a fucking really big foundation now. Like, you know, I'm constantly learning shit and fucking up. Constantly fucking shit up. I'm always fucking shit up. But you know what? That's how I learn. And so I'm like, okay, cool. I fucked up. How do I not do that again? You know? Trying to get organized, you know, like making, you know, when I'm doing color and variations and stuff, and like getting organized, because if you lose where you are, you're fucked. You know, and you don't want to get confused in your own shit.
Speaking of lose where you are, I heard you lost your drone.
Oh my god, yeah, that was fucking horrendous, bro. You guys want to get into the videos? You'll see the video. As a matter of fact, it's kind of
well, I had it queued up actually. I was getting ready to bring it to you. Do you want to tell us the story, or do you want to watch the video first?
Yeah, we could do it as we watch the video too. It's fine, but yeah, man, I tell you, I was heartbroken over this. This was just a few days ago. You know, I just got into the Walksdale. If you guys are in the Discord and you follow, I've been posting pictures and been talking about it on the stream for months now. I was looking to get into Walksdale, and I finally built a beautiful little 3-inch micro Apex 3-inch. It was awesome, perfect, flew great, got 3.5 minutes flight time out of my 3S packs, and I got like 30 of them. It was tuned perfect. I was using ELRS with the little ceramic receiver. I was flying behind my house over the lake, and I fail-safed, and I lost the drone. It's the first drone I've lost in probably 6 years. The last drone I lost, just to give you an idea, was the Vortex 250. That's how long ago.
Oh, I had
that was
one
the
of
last
those.
drone I lost. So, I mean, I was sick. I mean, if I tried everything, man. I made this PVC. I got a PVC pipe, and I put treble hooks every 6 inches with 5 3/4 inch line, so they couldn't hook each other. so it makes like a rake. It's called the clam rake, is what it's actually called. I threw that out. I spent about 10 hours scouring that lake. I got a metal detector, or I got a painter's pole with a metal detector, trying to check and see if I can see with a light. I got a fishing pole. I bought a $50 magnet with a 200-pound pole test. I dropped that in. I tried
you just
everything.
Gotta go back out and try again, dude. It'll be it's out there. Like that's
yeah, but you know what the saddest part about the whole thing is, Chad? I'm gonna be honest with you. Is I invested, $2,500 in a sub, and I sold it. I sold it fucking 5 months ago for like $600. And if I would have never sold that sub, number one, I never used the sub.
Right, well, hold on.
But
let me ask you something. Is that person near you?
What was that?
Is that person near you?
Oh, no, he actually bought it. He was from London, and he was moving to the Caribbean islands.
I was going to be like, dude, there's got to be somebody around here who's got a sub. Otherwise, maybe it's maybe what we need to do is we'll fucking come up with a fucking, I'm sure there's got to be a 3D printed sub.
We'll be like the group in the Sandlot, like trying to get the ball back over the fence.
Dude, just build a fucking We just got to figure out how to get an FPV sub. We need an umbilical for the video, because obviously it's not going to propagate. But if we can build an FPV sub small, doesn't have to be that big. You just need a little tiny FPV sub. Maybe trying to think how we can get it to work.
I know that they have some underwater rovers that you can do FPV. Not like the same way with goggles, but like they're attached to like a long ass cable.
Well, that's what he had. He had an amazing one, dude. He had an amazing one.
It went 1,000. It had 1,000-foot depth. It had 6 motors on it, 6 axis. I had the arm, and I had a metal detector on it. And I sold the whole thing for. Do you got a just under $700
a dinghy or a fucking raft? Like, so just.
I had a raft. I had everything. I literally bought that all for if I lost my drone.
No, I'm saying, do you have a raft right now? It's like you could literally build a little underwater enclosure, get an FPV cam, an analog one, run the video. Just get a long cable for the fucking video. Get an old Eagle or something that has stupid low light, and then put some fucking lights on it and put it on a pole. Get on a raft and go fucking fishing, bro. Like, you can
Chad,
see that.
I tell you what, I thought about everything that you're saying. I thought of. I went down a rabbit hole where I was looking at those disposable scuba diving breathers that you grab if like your tank runs out of air. You know those little breathers, the CO2 breathers. I was like, they're like $160. I was like, I could get one of those.
Get whippets.
And just a space mask and just dive down and get the drone and come back up. But then my wife's talking about alligators. She's like, you're going to get fucking eaten by alligators. But
that's always a possibility, too.
It's been down there for about 4 days now.
Is it salt water?
It was a micro. It's fresh water, but
it's fine. It's fine until you bring it up, dude. It's fine. It's gonna be. It is 100% fine if you can get it out of the water.
Alligator's drone now.
It is. Yeah, the alligator's down there like clutch of eggs. Cement's
drone. There's all sorts of crazy stories of alligators like attacking people lately over here, but I mean it's Florida, so.
Well, that's why you didn't hear me recommend you jump in the fucking water. I was like, get a dinghy and a fucking pole and put an FPV cam on that bitch and waterproof it.
I'd be close quarter combat. I'd have my stiletto switchblade in my pocket. If the alligator comes for me, I'm taking him out.
You just need
a motherfucking. It can't be hard to make a cool underwater FPV sub. Just get a Tupperware container. Dude. Fucking seal that shit up. Dude. Put a fucking couple motors on it. Your FPV cam. I'm gonna send that shit underwater.
I'm gonna send you guys a link and you can post it in the video. I'm gonna send it to you, Ducky, from Swift rather from my.
Here, let's start this is his video talking about this whole thing. Here, let's start that.
Yeah, go ahead. You can play the video. But in the meantime, I'll look for it and you can post it. This is a picture of the sub.
What is up, YouTube? So this is going to be a fail video of me dropping my quad into the back of the lake behind my house. I tried to fish it out. I've got fishing poles. I've tried magnets.
Yo, bendy camera. What's the scope they put up your butt? Get one of those bendy cameras and stick it on a pole. It's endoscope. Endoscope. That's what you need because they put them in car motors and all sorts of shit. Get an endoscope.
I never fail safe.
Put it on the end of a pole.
So
Send that shit down there, bro.
LRS from this
That's a
point.
good idea.
User error,
The Lemmy-wink scope.
You know, equipment error. I don't know what it was, but
So,
either way, the drone
Well,
is
the
gone.
good thing is that since
But-
it was on,
Watch the video.
you know,
tell me
the
what you guys
DVR
think of the
footage, I
DVR
know
footage
exactly
of
where
the
it
walk
went
snail. I
down,
think
which
it's
is why
incredible. I
I'm
love
so
it,
upset,
and I'm glad I
because
made the
it just
purchase.
makes no sense
And
that I
music's
haven't
going
found
to
it
be
yet.
And you're not
I
100%
literally
sure what
have-
caused it.
Lost is a perfect song
It was definitely a fail
the
safe.
theme of this
I know it was a
video,
fail
so
safe.
enjoy
You
it.
know what I mean? Because as I was flying the drone, I fail safe with it 3 times already. You know what I mean? But not over water, and you know, never at that close. Like when I went around the building, like when I went around my complex, it fail safe dropped. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
I can't
that's a
turn
big
that. I can't turn that corner. You know. But this fail safe was close, bro. It was. I mean, I had sight of the drone.
Much
So
love for Lab.
Much love, buddy. It's a pleasure seeing you. But you know, I think what caused it was a combination of the ceramic antenna being mounted on top of the walk snail VTX, which gets hot. So I think the heat from the receiver plus the heat from the VTX in combination being inside the quad might have lowered the power of it
Could
a
be
little
heat.
bit.
What's
You know
what
I mean? There's a lot of
band?
factors.
What
The
band?
truth is,
Well,
I'll never know.
I mean, if the walk snail is anywhere near DJI in terms of what it's using, if they were on the same band or close
Well,
enough,
I unlocked my walk snail, but I think I was still on channel 4, so I was relatively close. But like I said, I mean, I just blame the LRS. I never fail safe with Crossfire, you know. That was the first time I lost a drone due to fail safe ever, and you know, I'm not gonna shit on the LRS, but it's just a learning curve, I guess. I got to learn what works best so it doesn't happen again. But Crossfire, I hooked it up. I never had to worry about it.
I'd definitely be doing
Just
some
flew.
range tests before I go over water. Like that's
Well,
know.
like I said, I was close, bro. It was never even a consideration because you'll see when it happens. You'll see where I'm standing. I'm literally right in front of the drone. It's not even like it was. I was probably 30 yards from the drone when it failed safe.
Maybe like maybe like the UFL popped out of the.
Might have been some.
receiver?
No. It's a ceramic tower antenna. So, but who knows? It could have been. It could have been on its way out. It could have just been the receiver cut out. It could have been anything. But I know it was signal loss is what happened. You know what I mean? But you know, there's no way to find out. Even if I get the quad back, I'm sure that I'll never be able to figure it out. I doubt it's gonna be fully functional if I get it out at this point. But who knows?
I think. Well, by now the battery's probably dead. But I was gonna say, as long as you don't
of course.
bring it up powered, most cases you might lose a component or two, but most cases the majority of the quad's gonna be fine. As long as you don't go down in salt water, and even if you do go down in salt water and you get it out fast enough, and then you get it straight into fucking fresh and start getting it cleaned out, get rid of that salt, you can use it.
Rinse it with some distilled water.
So
Yeah,
as
rinse
you
it with
just-
distilled.
What do you guys think of the video quality? That's DVR footage with the walk snail, by the way. Isn't that nice?
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
Beautiful, ain't it? And that's identical to what I see.
The thing that confuses me is why did you lose video in a failsafe? Why?
It's just cut. That's the end of the recording. I don't know. I'm thinking that something with the DVR.
Well, that makes me think you had an overall power failure.
It might be
Because
Maybe it was an overall power failure. You think?
I mean, I just don't see why walk
Maybe
snail.
bogged out.
I mean, that's your local DVR from the goggle? So
Yeah.
where it's not like the goggle lost power, so the goggle would have recorded as long as the VTX was going. So if it was a failsafe, my gut says you would have video.
I should have video of it.
Yep.
So it might have been a power loss.
Could have been maybe a back pop. Maybe it got too hot, like you said, overall. But losing. So that was the challenge with air units and things. Is like if you lost video, you also lost link if you were using the DJI link, right?
Because they went hand in hand with each other.
Right. But since you're using Express LRS,
separate.
You're separate. So I would lean towards something else besides just pure failsafe, because pure failsafe, you would have water. You would have seen the water.
You know something? You're right. You're 100% right. Because the goggles have nothing to do with the failsafe.
Correct.
So the goggles should have recorded the splash.
The only other thing that could possibly change is if you have MSP connection from the FC to the goggles. If you went into a failsafe, the quad's going to disarm, which would potentially put the VTX in low power mode. If you have that set up.
No, but you know what? If any video that I have, when I disarm and land, I still have a recording for 3 seconds before.
Well,
so you know what I'm saying?
It should keep
recording. If I disarm my quad, if I'm landed, it still records.
I'm just saying that when you disarm, on a DJI or and I can only assume Walksnail's similar. If you have low power mode enabled via the MSP, it can go into. I turn it off. Because if I crash and disarm, I want to be able to track the quad with the video, you know what I mean? So I leave it burn. I let the fucking thing burn hot. I don't use low power mode ever on any of my digital shit. I would rather ultimately kill a VTX and get the rest of my quad back if I had, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and my GoPro.
Sure. Makes sense.
Or whatever. So I'll let the VTX burn up if I have to, if it helps me find it.
Especially the difference in cost of a VTX.
The VTX shuts down before it'll ever get that hot.
Yeah, it's true. It protects itself.
It does.
But
yeah, I mean, but the good thing is that it will come back as soon as it cools off. It will come back up. So I mean, whereas with low power mode, you can definitely get in a situation in low power mode where it's buried just deep enough where you just don't get video, or don't saying so like. Plus, even though it's digital, it's still 5.8, and if you've got any kind of a fucking spectrum analyzer, you can use it to track it.
It's better to have that shit on a Switch. Some flight controllers just have that built right in. You can just hit switch.
The Acon has it. The which other one has it? It's marked as user in the modes.
Yeah, I'd much rather have it on a Switch. That way you can get an idea where it is. Flip it off, go to it, and then flip it back on when you need to.
Yeah.
See if you could see yourself walking by or something.
I'll tell you what. Not to go back to my video, but that makes a lot of sense what you just said, though. Because if it was a fail-safe, I should have seen more. So it was probably an FC.
You should have seen the fishies at least for a second, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
it might have been an FC failure. So I've been.
If it wasn't a power failure of some way, shape, or form, I don't know how it would do.
Got RZ FPV.
Yeah, because like I said, your DVR is going to keep recording until it loses signal.
Mm-hmm. This is a thumbs pilot, so right away. It's awesome.
He's both
Snappy.
actually.
Hybrid.
He's a hybrid, one hand, thumbs left, or one.
Wow,
thumb, one.
That's awesome. Yeah, you don't see that often. Yeah.
I think Vanover flies like that too.
Does he really?
Yeah.
It's just snappy. So much more snappy thumbs, That's the one.
RZ's a real good pilot.
Yeah, man. Fucking awesome. You know what I mean?
What up, Forevermore?
Forever. Forever, forever, ever, forever, ever. He said your face is DVR. What's up, buddy? Forever always sends me awesome links in
Your face is pixelated bukkake. Pixelated bukkake.
Instagram.
Oh, yes.
Providing all the content.
Yeah, he's a beast. I gotta say, am I subscribed to him? I gotta subscribe to him. Ozzy FPV, fucking beast mode. No, I'm not. Look at that. I am now, my friend. Beast mode.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yep, get all his video posts too. Yep. That's one thing about this hobby. There's so many hidden gems, Like sometimes I come across pilots and I'm like, wow. And then I look and they got 500 subscribers like RZ here. And it's like, how is that possible? You should have like fucking 30,000. There's so many hidden gems, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There really is.
Dude, I had just a split second there where I was looking for a cigarette.
Oh shit.
Just like, you know how random that, like, that I was just, I had that weird, like, old school muscle memory, like I was like, you know, patting my leg, looking for my pack of cigarettes.
No, I get it. The other day, I was
You're reaching for your habit, whatever it used to be.
I was like,
the other day, I went to call my
Look
mom and
back,
accidentally dialed my old crystal meth dealer. I was like, oh fuck.
Jesus Christ. I think
How old habits die hard.
I'm
Fuck,
almost
that's not the right
at
number.
a year, man. I think I quit. I think
Well,
I
now
got
that
a
got you on the
month.
phone.
I think I have a month. Yo, was it like April last year, Artie? I think it was about April I quit.
Yeah, you quit a long time ago.
It's
That's
been almost
awesome,
a
dude.
year, I
It's almost a
think.
year.
Yeah.
That's the full fucking year, dude.
You used to
Crazy.
smoke like a fucking chimney too, bro.
Fuck yeah. Living in New York do that to you.
Living will do that to you.
Yeah, that too.
This looks like a cool fucking place to fly.
I can't believe 608 called me Dexter. He says, why does your house look like Dexter's house? That was funny. I gotta put up my fucking, yeah, I'm gonna fuck with 608 once the video's done, ready?
Throw a bunch of drop off everywhere.
I love this building.
I want to go there. It looks cool. Got African FPV.
Fucking cigarettes. I'm actually really glad I quit smoking them fucking things. And generally speaking, like, I don't... That was just a weird tick, you know what I mean? It's just kind of like, it was like...
I did. Well, I mean, I've been quit for a while, but I still have one every once in a while just to remind myself.
I don't know if I could...
This is gross.
Tobacco consumption's alright if it's like that. It's like sporadically where it's like a social thing. It's an issue when it's fucking
Yeah, when you're doing it by
a
yourself.
couple packs a day,
You're doing it alone. No one's there.
Yeah.
Well... Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
I mean, the thing for me is just like sitting in the city, just especially the 2 years of COVID, we were hardly going anywhere, man. Just sitting around fucking consuming.
Yeah, it took me a long time to get to break that vaping habit too.
Dude, vaping is just as addictive as fucking cigarettes.
I did it may be more addictive because you do
honestly.
it fucking inside and it doesn't stink.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely
And it
more
tastes
convenient.
good.
You
It's
can
like,
just
oh,
fucking...
Yeah, it's just like
sweet and
on demand,
delicious.
fucking on demand, Nick.
Yeah.
To be fair, like, I don't wake up feeling the same way I did, like, when I needed a cigarette when I woke up in the morning.
Oh, it's
you know what
nowhere
I mean?
close.
It's not even
Fucking
near the
Coughing
same.
and fucking feeling like
Well,
shit.
all that shit too, but like,
I mean, yeah, definitely.
like I wake up, you know,
Definitely improved it.
Let's see if 608 notices. Are our mics hot right now? No, right?
no, our mics are hot.
Ah, they are. Ah, so you can
They're
hear them.
definitely not.
That's Dexter's apartment in my background.
We're not hot; they can't see you.
They can't
yeah,
see
no,
us.
no. Yeah.
Your visuals.
Oh shit! This isn't gonna work.
No, it's just addictive.
I mean, but I would
That's
definitely recommend. Let me get this shit. Yeah. I was just actually froggo camming, looking at my frog in the frog tank. Fucking Yeah, the fact that they're cracking down on vaping, I mean, like, look, it's like many other things. Like,
Well, you spend all this time and money, like getting people
Damn, how'd you get
addicted
that
to these
shot,
things,
bro?
right?
Oh,
Like, right? Then you miss the window because you're like, oh, this shit ain't gonna fucking do anything. Then it did.
look at those drone shots at the game, bro. Sick.
I mean,
That's
like, I'm all for, you know, a healthier society and all that shit, but
FBI
like, yo,
versus Capitals.
like certain things, it's like, you know, you're gonna let people get shit hammered drunk. They should be able to do vape.
Yeah. I mean,
Smoke
the way
weed,
you
whatever you
pick
wanna
and
do.
choose what the fuck y'all want to
Yeah.
be pissed off about
Yeah,
at the moment is
Wow,
like
look at
fucking
that- look at this
ridiculous. You're like a fucking child.
I'm like a diehard hockey fan. I
Yeah,
just
this
want to
is
say
this is dope actually.
this is
Lord,
fucking
this is
amazing, bro.
this is
They
Lord
should
Wolf's
implement.
aerial.
Yeah, they should implement this in NHL games. Look at that. That's
Yeah,
sick.
no, it's good.
Oh my
This
God,
looks like
it's
this
fucking
looks like we're
amazing.
playing fucking like the NHL,
NHL,
fucking
yeah.
game.
Sick,
Dude, look
dude.
at that shot, dude. The fucking one timer they just fucking caught with the drone. That was
Yeah,
dope.
It's insane. Who's
A
shot
fight?
was this? Yeah.
That shit fail safes and some fucking player thinks it's a puck and fucking sends it across the fucking shit, bro. Thought it was a puck, bro. Shit is in the goal.
Dude, that's a dope ass fucking
Wolfpack,
shot.
yeah, I'm subscribed to Wolfpack. Yeah,
I mean,
it's sick, dude.
Theoretically, like, you know, a use case, like, again, if DJI had a fucking VRX that was easy peasy, put an 03 on a fucking tiny ass sub 250, and that was perfect for fucking live camera. You know what I mean? Because you have controlled lighting, you can, you know, you got no weight to speak of. You know, make a sub 250 fucking with a decent little transmitter, and if you know, yeah, you can take your, you know, a feet off your goggles, but that's kind of it'd just be nice to have a fucking VRX, you know.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. FBI versus CIA. Who won?
You know, spectator mode would get better, but
Spectator mode's definitely gotten a lot better with this iteration of DJI, but it still needs to be a little better.
I'm just gonna go as far as to say I think the CIA fixed the game. They paid off the referees. And then there was silence.
breathing is what kills you.
All right, fellas. I got to dip on now.
Word.
Yeah.
Artie's gonna turn into a pumpkin.
Yeah, same here. I gotta wake up
All right,
early tomorrow
everybody.
too.
Good night, brother.
All right, man. have a
Good night,
one.
Art. Nice to see you, buddy.
Always a good time.
Always. See you next week.
Are you out too, Cement?
Yeah, I'll watch this last video.
That's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Good. Shit.
I'll leave
Bye,
it
Artie.
simple.
Love you. And Jumbie.
When Jumbie had like 4 videos
What's up, people? Come out
posted,
here,
and I had such a hard time figuring out which one I wanted to play because they were all fire.
Get a few packs in until lost the prop nut.
Flashback.
No.
Idle modes. He's got a Vifly Viewfinder 2 on there.
That's the one thing I didn't prepare for this time. And
That drone is not happy.
I guess
It's like
No,
I'm
it's
staying
not
on the
good.
ground.
and
Breakdancing.
have some fun. I guess when I get home, I'll put a new prop nut on, put a new props on, and we'll get some flights out there.
That's it. I'll tell you one thing, with the 3 inches I built, I'm using the HQ prop 4 blade 3.1s. They are like glass, bro. You tap anything, they explode. But they fly so nice, you know? That's cool.
Yeah, you do some cool stuff with this kite.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. I thought it was a drone at first.
I like to pretend that there's no wires and he's just using magic wands to control it.
He's using the force.
Yeah.
Greg, chat. Where are we right now on this?
It's pretty cool. I've never seen that before. I would imagine you have to have a crosswind of at least 10 miles an hour to use that thing, right? All right, boys. I'm Audi 5000.
All right, man.
All right, Cement.
Like always.
Well, good luck. I hope that you ultimately still end up finding your drone somehow, but I understand if you let it lie.
Yeah, I'll
good
tell
luck
you what,
either way.
I'll continue the search, but I'm already, buying.
Resigned that it's all off, yeah.
Yeah, I'm already, like I said, I got the new frame already. I'm just.
Goonies never say die, bro.
I literally have the tattoo on my ankle. Never say die. All right, boys. Love you. See you guys next week.
Have a good week, brother.
Have a good one, dude.
All right, boys. Be good.
Bye.
You better make way, I was born for this. Won't think twice while looking in the rear view, I'll blow you a kiss. Force of nature, I am the creator, I was born for this.
It's like, this is the good use case for that thing we were talking about, Greg, is stick that GoPro on your fucking forehead.
Yeah.
You know, like, this would be a great use case for that.
That would actually be a cool shot.
Yeah, it'd be a killer shot.
Do that, Dr. Steele, so we can see how you're moving it more.
Yeah, dude, you should get one of them headbands for your GoPro, so we get that first-person kite fucking battle kite shit going. That'd be dope. Duct tape works, but you got a good amount of hair. Is this West Side? No.
Just wear a hat and then
Which one
duct
is
tape
this?
it to the hat. Got banister post.
Oh, this is Bannister.
It was just two lovers sitting in the car, listening to Blonde, falling for each other. Pink and orange skies, feeling super childish. No Donald Glover. Missed call from my mother. Like, where you at tonight? Got no alibi. I was all alone with the love of my life. She's got glitter for skin.
Cool. Thanks, Greg. You have a hat mount? Yo, I gotta get something. I almost want to build something that would just fucking attach to my goggles with like a quick release. Maybe one of those magnetic fucking things or something, just to stick a GoPro or something. Because I always have my goggles on, so I'm not wearing a hat, and I can't really wear a GoPro if I have my goggles on. But like, if I'm trying to do like a how-to video, it'd be dope to have first-person view from certain situations.
We were just two lovers. Feet up on the dash, driving nowhere fast, burning through the summer. Radio on blast, make a moment last. She got solar power. Minutes feel like hours.
Let's get one of those, those Joby Gorilla pods, the bendy 3-arm tripod things. Just like stick it around your head, fucking one in the back, and it go around your fucking cheeks. It'd be fucking hysterical. Bend it around your neck.
Nice sunset.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I always end up looking up and to the left. Like,
oh, when you're flying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not... Well, I was trying to do some tuning stuff, and I wanted to add an angle, so I ended up just sticking the fucking GoPro on a little tripod on the ground, but... we were talking about it was like it'd be dope to have a head mounted thing in some of those cases, because it'd just be nice to be, because you might be a little closer. It's just a better angle generally anyway, rather than just having a bunch of static shots around a drone that are too wide or whatever. You know, since I don't have a camera crew, I'm just like sticking cameras on tripods and pointing them and hoping for the best. But so when I'm tuning, I have fucking
really nice.
Yeah, it was super nice. When I'm tuning, I'm constantly having my goggles go up and down, so it's like fucking hella annoying.
I wanted to add some fucking freestyle video footage to the second half of this video, but everything I filmed was ruined because I decided to use hyperview, and it was fucking awful looking. Like the horizon, like looked like a fucking S just going across the screen. I'm like, this is bad. And even like with lens correction and gyro flow, it was fucking.
It's a lot to fix.
You would see like with the lens correction, you would see like warping happen, or like blurring happen at the side of the screen.
Well, I don't know if he has. Does he have a hyperview fucking profile? Because if you're not using it, he does. Yeah. I mean, you might be worth trying different lens profiles. Or some cases, like I don't know. I haven't ever shot it, nor tried, to be fair. So I don't know how good or bad it is. You know, making your own lens profiles in some situations can definitely be beneficial, or trying somebody else's. Yeah, Goonie. This is a super cool spot.
Pushing only cause you felt resistance. Can't help but think about the situation. Trying to get to sleep but my mind's racing. Only got each other we can turn to.
I want to find a spot like this to take my Cinewoop around here.
If it can be that way, then I just be all by myself. I love the way you stay away from me. You make me melt.
This is in hyperview. I haven't used Hyperview yet, so I don't really... Is it only 16.9 or is it 4.3? You know, Greg, off the top of your head?
Say that again.
Hyperview, what modes is available in? Is it... Well, what, 4,
I don't know all the
4K
modes,
or...
but I was shooting in 4K 60 Hyperview.
Yeah, 16.9 or 4.3?
16.9.
I mean, this looks straight. So if he's using Hyperview, I don't know what he changed.
So I've noticed it looks nice in areas where there's not like a far out distance where you have to look. But if you pay attention to the sides of the video, you can see what I'm talking about. It's harder to see in an area because that's a lot of proximity. But if you did like a punch out in the sky and then tried to do some yaw movement and then look at the horizon, you'll see what I mean. It looks nice for this. I still prefer regular Super View though.
Like I said, I haven't shot with it enough to have an opinion overall.
Yeah, you could see it when he went out into the open area more and then came back. You could see
That looked like it was curved down, yeah. I mean, I would definitely expect to see some distortion. Just not sure how much or
It's
how.
just, I was surprised at how much distortion because like I was using the super wide on 03, which is pretty similar field of view, and it does warp the horizon a little bit, but not that much.
I mean, the other
There's
benefit
some
is
algorithm going on, flattening it out.
if you've got room to crop, sometimes you can work it out too.
True. Yeah, you can do that.
It all depends. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I would have to shoot some stuff with it to really sit down and science
By
it.
itself, the freestyle footage is like, you know, like pull out a couple clips and maybe Instagram it, but like to put it alongside the same video that was shot in a different field of view, it looked jarring when it switched to the freestyle footage. It wasn't seamless.
Yeah, you'd have to account for that. That's kind of what I was telling you last week about, you know, when you have a couple packs from throughout the day, like, when you want to use footage from a couple packs throughout the day, sometimes it's good to actually build a couple looks from the brightest stuff to the darkest stuff so it's less jarring when you do those, you know, as you go through your edit. I'm a big fan of the more linear modes from a pure geometry standpoint. What's interesting though, speaking of mid-chan,
Got some Min-Chan. Seems like every video he posts has been using HD0. Looks like he's
you said a picture of his fucking stack. He had like fucking a dozen fucking VTXs and cameras at least. Yeah, he definitely looks like he's going full tilt.
Dude set up a track that no one can complete but him. That is one complex ass track.
The way he handles the ladders is so insane.
Yeah, ladders in those fucking little cubes. Like how do you remember which way to go through it so easily and come out of it? You fucking know right where the next gate perfectly at. Dude, it's fucking insane.
Well, like I said, this is where timing is everything.
Yeah.
Dude, the way he just went through that fucking, oh my god. The way he just went through that fucking drop was insane. One of these days I'm gonna rip one of his videos and slow it down so we can watch it like in a reasonable pace. speed ramp his shit down a couple notches.
When you slow it down, you can see like
That
all
last-
the technique and the motion that he's doing to get those fucking
Hold on,
turns.
let me see if I can find it.
It's all one fucking motion, basically.
It's right here towards the end of the run. Right fucking there, I think. No. We'll let it go. It's fucking insane. I'm convinced he's AI. He's got a neural link.
Got flat FPV. Nice. It's a nice spot.
Damn.
Yeah. Dude's using all the KBs that he's got.
All the KBs. He's using some of yours too, I think.
I know, right? Bro, save some KB for the rest of us. I wonder if this is with the O3. Oh, no, it can't be actually. There's sound. Almost got the power. I've been looking for that power loop. That's a tough power loop to get.
Yeah.
That's far. I'd try it.
T.3 volts.
Yo, flat. That was sick.
Ah, this is West Side. This is nice.
Wow. The fucker went to the desert.
I always love Krista's stuff. He always has the
Yeah.
best spots for cinematic shit out on the West Coast. It's just fucking killer. Looked like him, Spoonie, and John had a really good time at the Mint. Like I said, I know
That would be really easy to get turned around.
Nurk was out
Lost.
there. Yeah, you better have a good sense of bearings. Fucking cornfields out here fucking do that to you if you're not careful.
cranberry bogs out here can do that depending on which one you go to and fly, but usually it's easy enough to study some landmarks.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure these cats have been out here plenty, easily familiar with the territory, but I know for me, like, I wouldn't want to go too far right away until I knew what the fuck I was looking at. Okay, the sun's that way. There's some fucking cars over here.
Sometimes relying on the sound of your drone isn't enough because you're like, okay, I can hear it, and then like, all right, I'm gonna go this way, and then you end up going the opposite way. Like, shit, I can't hear it no more. Fuck.
Like, fuck. Yeah, landmark. I remember one time you remember the 4th of July? I was like shining flashlights in the air so Gravy could land. It's like, I need a light or something. I don't know where the fuck I'm going. Air traffic control, beacons, so we can find our way home. Honestly, that'd be the way to do it. Just fucking get a fucking drone strobe and fucking plop it in your area, and then those things you can see them for a couple miles, bro. Just fucking power it off a fucking lipo or a battery brick and just have a strobe. Strobe would be perfect for a fucking beacon. I may have to build one now just because. So if I'm gonna go long range and just fucking throw a strobe up so you can fucking tell where you're going. How do I get home? Oh, big flashy light.
Catch me in my pride.
Well, I just found out changing the order of videos works immediately.
Melting down your spine. And if love is
actually, no, it doesn't. Never mind.
Yeah, I still don't know what the threshold is for changes to. I know that it helps sometimes if I do refresh, but I try to keep the playlist on my iPad so I can check it. You know what I mean? And usually if I refresh it, I see the changes there. It's usually right on the stream.
Night spot I've ever seen.
Yeah. Mad lit. Parking garage is lit.
No people around, lit up. What the hell? How do you even find shit like this?
Probably in Florida, on a mountain.
Florida nights look awesome.
That's the nice thing about the South is the nights are until it's too hot to fly in the day and you only really want to fly at night. Oh shit! Good shit, man. Fucking hell.
You really just threw that out in a fucking one pack line too.
Yeah, I know.
Oh wait, no, that was a cut. Still, damn. packs. One back to back.
Definitely had a couple close ones. Fucking pulled it off though. Killer.
Dude's a flow master.
Yeah, definitely. Good shit, Bubby.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh, is that it?
That was some real good flow. There should be one more.
We got nope.
Oh, never mind then. I guess that's right on time, actually. Damn.
Triple checking. That was my drum and bass playlist. Yeah, it is actually a sick logo. Fucking very cool. All right. Well, shit. I guess that's it.
That is it.
Yeah. What's up, Trinity? How you doing? This is how we go out tonight. All right, well, shit. I guess y'all have a great fucking week. Hopefully the weather cooperates for many and you guys get to go rip some packs or...
Daylight's coming back. Now we just need warmth.
Yeah, the light has definitely improved. Now if the temps and bullshit weather could just follow suit, the north will be free again. Free at last. Somebody drop that fucking ring in Mordor or some shit. I don't know. We need to free up the fucking north.
Dabs for Lou.
Dabs for Lou. Dabs for Lou.
Make sure you get tons of pictures.
Everybody send Waldo love in the coming days.
Give him all kinds of treats. All the treats you didn't give him when he was begging for. Because that's what I would be giving my kitty.
My family just had to put down the pug. You got...
Giving her a goddamn steak dinner.
Mm-hmm. This is what I was going to say. We made him a special meal before we took him the next day. Sucks. Never easy.
Nope.
Yeah. All right. You kids stay warm. We love you. Make some cool shit. Rip packs. Get out and rip packs if you can. If you can't, make some other cool shit. Or go pwn noobs in Call of Duty or something.
Thanks for coming out, everyone.
Thanks for hanging out, you guys. Have a great week. We love yous.
Bye.
Bye. Fucking split a hat. I could do a fucking split a hat. Done a million times. I could do a fucking split a hat. You pop out, and then roll, then that is a split a fucking split a hat. I could do a fucking split a hat. You pop out, and then roll. I mean, pop it. You roll.
I don't buy into
then
whatever
you go in
bullshit you're saying.
to the shit. Powerly, blind, powerly, then, powerly, blind, powerly, then. I could do a fucking split a hat. Roll, then. That is split a fucking split a hat. I could do a fucking split a hat. You pop out, and then roll. I mean, pop it.
That's pretty much the only trick that I know.
Steady 7 right now, wind. Yeah, baby, give it to me.
It is Wednesday, my It is Wednesday, my It is Wednesday.
Sword of omens, give me sight beyond sight.